Hello and welcome to week 8 in behavior management. We're at the halfway point. That's pretty exciting. And today's discussion is about social interaction. Like social interaction in terms of social skills was actually talked about in the last couple chapters. Social interaction now is to understand that social interaction formulates a very significant part of the A in the ABC contingency theory. So it's to kind of get into that notion about the words that you use, how you approach things, instructions that you tell, the social environment that people in, how individuals react to each other, are all stimuli that are coming in to which people can then respond. And then even like I do in the course book, I actually take apart an argument, let's say, discussion that's going along the negative way. You know, when we see these kind of overlapping ABCs, when somebody says something and there's a behavioral response from somebody else, what they say, that becomes the A for the other person's response. They say what they want, that becomes the C for this individual's response, and so on and so on and so on. You can see that kind of overlapping ABC as a conversation using the descriptive qualities of the ABC contingency theory. But again, we're looking at social interaction as a very important part of the management of a particular situation, a classroom, the management of a kid that's, you're assigned to working with, or even just managing your family, and how you go about interacting with each other, because that's a big part of the A part of the ABC contingency theory. So the actual discussions talk about social interactions and arguments. And then I ask you to reflect at this point, looking at what has been going on in terms of the COVID pandemic and how people have been restricted. And let's have a kind of a behavioral discussion about in what ways did that create problems, maybe solve problems related to social interaction. I mean, one of the things about communicating online is it can be much more structured. It can also be much more prone to disruption. There's all kinds of advantages and disadvantages about changing the medium through which somebody is communicating. In fact, my dissertation was about the social interactions and how important those are for online learning. And I refer to a concept called transactional distance. And whenever we put technology in between two people, whether it's a phone or a paper for letter writing, or whether it's texting, or whether it's a video call or a Zoom, technology always increases transactional distance. And so essentially, COVID-19 came in and increased everybody's transactional distance, because we then turned to technology and other forms of communication, all of which are technology: letter writing, faxing, sending messages in discussion boards, email, video conferencing calls, cell phone calls, Zoom meetings. All of these are technologies, and they increased, for many people, our transactional distance. And so to kind of think about what was the effect of that. For some, it may have been advantageous. For some of you, you might have enjoyed that, having that kind of time to think. Let's say in a classroom, sometimes you throw out a question, and some people, they may have the best answer, but they're just not able to come up with it under that sort of pressured situation. So there may be an advantage for those individuals to be on a discussion board, or answering those types of questions in a quiz, because they get the time to think and compose. And then there's other individuals that they learn when it's a dynamic exchange of ideas, and they might throw out an answer. That's very much the way I operate. Might throw out an answer, but it's sort of a tentative, let's keep the discussion going. And an individual like that can be stymied by social media and having to do something on discussions. I put my discussion post up there, and now I have to wait my energy's up now. I want to have this discussion now. And that can be a very different way of those kinds of individuals operating. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to get out of this particular chapter. So get in there at the discussions again, and I will see you in those, and have a great week. And I'll talk to you later.